Aside from unfolding events in Syria and fighting in Gaza and Lebanon, the stability of the Middle East also depends on the degree to which Israel allows Jewish settlers to stake claims to disputed territory in the Golan Heights and the West Bank, home to millions of Palestinians. The UN frequently admonishes Israel for not reining in the settlements, and it's anyone's guess how a Trump presidency will affect matters. Trump today did repeat a warning that if hostages taken by Hamas are not returned by the time he takes office, quote, all hell is going to break out, a signal, perhaps, that he'll continue to work with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and not against him. In tonight's Prime Focus, Britt Clennett has this report from the Golan Heights and West Bank.
Whether you are Israeli,
everyone says that is good for us.
I hope it will finish the war soon.
Or Palestinian.
This thing will come up with a really good solution.
It will get better.
With change in the White House, there is hope for change in the Middle East.
And you think he'll hear your plight?
I hope he hears.
President-elect Trump may be a familiar face, but what he will do to address the crisis here is anything but predictable.
During his first term, Trump moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to here in Jerusalem, a deeply symbolic show of support for Israel. Now, Israelis and Palestinians are wondering what another Trump presidency could bring.
Anger erupting among Palestinians following Trump's decision in 2018, which effectively recognizes Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Protests breaking out in Jerusalem, the holy city at the heart of the century-old conflict between Israelis and Palestinians, and a powerful political and religious symbol for both sides.
Most Israelis welcome the re-election of President Trump, and it's really gestures like this that go to show just how much he means to the people here. In his first term, Trump became the first Western leader to officially recognize Israel's control over the Golan, which it seized from Syria in 1967. And as a thank you, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu renamed this community after him.
Now, some in the Israeli government are hoping Trump will go a step further, including Israel's far-right finance minister Bezalel Smotrich, who lives in a West Bank settlement himself. Smotrich, days after Trump won the election, announcing he's ordered preparations for the annexation of settlements in the West Bank, saying Trump's victory brings about an important opportunity for Israel. His plan would effectively cement the West Bank as Israeli territory, despite the occupied land being part of what would form a Palestinian state. Official US policy has always been in favor of a two-state solution, meaning it supports the creation of a Palestinian state alongside the state of Israel. But the US's continued commitment to that principle has been thrown into question, with Trump now tapping Mike Huckabee, a staunch supporter of Israel's expansion ambitions, to be the next ambassador to Israel. Still, some in the West Bank do hold out hope for better days.
Where is your land?
In Al-Makrur, a Christian village west of Bethlehem, we meet Alice Kasia, whose family's land was seized by Israeli settlers at the end of July. Alice seen here in a confrontation with an Israeli settler. And in this video posted on her social media, saying 50 Israeli soldiers sealed off the area as bulldozers drove through.
He's a business guy, and he had many peace agreements with other countries before in his presidential time. I know everyone says no, it will be worse with him, but I believe it will be better. He's a good guy.
Alice, who's been arrested 3 times while protesting, says she feels the situation can't get any worse, with Israeli settler expansionism drastically accelerating since Hamas's deadly attacks on October 7th.
We have seen many settlers are coming and trying to take over lands, so it's like cancer. They are spreading. They put the first step and they will keep moving around until they get everything, slowly, slowly.
Alice warns that what happens here reverberates far and wide.
It's not for us only, it's for the whole world, because this city is the holy city that affects the whole world. If it's not in peace, nowhere else will be living in peace.
For all those who call this place home, the October 7th massacre and the ensuing devastation in Gaza has changed their lives forever. And as Trump returns to office, it's not yet clear whether what comes next will herald in a new chapter or a definitive end to this enduring conflict.
So many waiting to see how this concludes. Our thanks to Britt for that.